Woo! Things are about to get a little bit spicy, baby. So it seems that James Gunn's Superman has surpassed that of Man of Steel at the domestic box office, unadjusted for inflation. However, the worldwide total is looking a little dire. I'm going to tell you exactly why people should stop celebrating a Superman film making $500 million worldwide. Now, look, before I get started, do your boy three major favors. Please hit that subscribe button. Then after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the notification bell because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's video. This article is coming from CNBC.com. Well, it's not a full article. It is just key points. It is titled, Superman F1 both cross $500 million at the global box office. Now put that in perspective. Superman and F1 both crossed $500 million at the worldwide box office. Now think about it like this. F1 is an unknown property. Yeah, it is about race cars. However, is it as popular as that of Superman? Especially when you consider that F1 didn't achieve the most trailer views for Warner Brothers history. Think about that for a second. Let's continue. Key points. Warner Brothers Discovery had two films cross the $500 million mark this weekend. DC Studios' Superman and Apple's F1. The benchmark is a boon for Warner Bros. DC Studios as Superman is the first theatrical debut of James Gunn and Peter Safran since they became co-heads of the film and TV unit back in late 2022. Now, what I want to do is, I want to tell you what the breakdown is. $292 million domestically and just a measly $214 million overseas. Let me say that one more time, Dr. Umar style. Superman has grossed $214 million overseas. It has been out for 4 weeks. I know you're going to say, no, it's been 3. It's 4 weeks. Overseas, the films open on a Tuesday, sometimes a Wednesday. So yeah, the opening weekend for James Gunn's Superman, that $95 million, was a 5-day total. Many people do not like to point that out. Now, let's talk about other films that has grossed $500 million worldwide, right? You have that of Ant-Man that came out in 2015, right? This was when Marvel was getting their footing. The film earned $180 million domestically and $339 million overseas for a grand total of $519 million worldwide. Now, Ant-Man film. Now, you go to Ant-Man and the Wasp. $216 million domestically, $406 million internationally for a grand total of $622 million. An Ant-Man film was able to gross $622 million. And think about it like this. Ant-Man and the Wasp did not have the trailer views that Superman had. Ant-Man and the Wasp did not have the so-called hype that many people claimed that Superman had. Think about that for a second. So here it is. You have films such as Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom that grossed nearly $500 million worldwide, and people are celebrating James Gunn's Superman crossing over that benchmark. Where do they do that at? Look, I think what is going on here is the whole gaslighting that Warner Brothers and James Gunn put forth to everyone with that $500 million mark. Many people fell for it. James Gunn came out and said that because he knew overseas that this film was not tracking well. Here it is. It has been out a month and has only generated $214 million internationally. How much more do you think that it has in the table? the tank. Sorry about that. You have that of the Naked Gun coming out this weekend. You have that of the Bad Guys coming out this weekend as well. So more and more competition is arriving as the days go on. I told you guys last week, this film will be sitting at $500 million coming out of its third weekend. From that point on, it's going to be another 2.5 to 3 weeks before it crosses over $600 million worldwide. You're probably looking at 550 or so, give or take 5 to 6 million minus and plus coming out of his fourth weekend. Do you really believe that that is a success? Yeah, I know the film will gross over $600 million worldwide. It will gross that. And that's not good enough. And let me tell you why. If 668 worldwide was not good for a Superman film, then $600 million worldwide damn sure isn't better, it's lower. It is lower, especially when you consider the overseas markets not being all of that interested in that of James Gunn's DC universe. Now, I know many people are going to say, dude, this is successful. However, there's a reason why James Gunn had to address the international box office totals because he knew damn well that it wasn't good. I had someone come into my comment section and he told me it's successful because they're going to earn money with TV deals and merchandise and stuff. And I say, listen, that is still a box office flop. And he said, no, it's not. Even if it lose money theatrically, as long as they can make money up in the long run, it is not a flop. I said, that is still a box office flop. If you have to make up what you lost from your budget in the aftermarkets, it's a flop. It is a flop. Yeah, maybe Warner Brothers has a path to break even with this thing, but as it stands right now, this movie is not as successful as many people are making it out to be. Yeah, domestically, good number. Good number. I feel like it's the same old guys going back and forth to watch this film over and over again. Those who are too emotionally attached to a kid's movie, they're going to watch it over and over again. But overseas, there seems to be more men. You know what I'm saying? People are saying, look, this is too childish for my taste. And I think in the long run, this is going to hurt James Gunn's DC universe. The more that it gets childish, the less people that is going to show up in the near future. I do not believe that Supergirl moved the needle with her appearance in this film. I do not believe that anything that James Gunn set up did his job. Yeah, some are enjoying this film. I'm not going to take that away from them. You like bad movies? Have at it. However, to say that $600 million worldwide is good for a film that you all thought was going to make $1 billion, you are delusional. That's right. And can you believe people are still thinking that this film is going to cross over $1 billion? The cope is real. Now I know some people, they're uneducated on how box office works. But I ask you to go look it up. Understand exactly how studios make their money in regards to this box office thing. Because you have a lot of illiterate people out there who doesn't understand how the studio take 50% of the domestic market and only 45% of the international market. In some markets, it's only 30%. Hell, in China, it's 20 to 25%. That's why this movie is still a flop. No matter how much Warner Brothers and James Gunn tries to gaslight us all, we know from the rules that were set back 10 years ago what makes a film successful. And if we go by those rules, this movie is far away from being a success. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you will watch this video all the way to the end, help you boy out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. Trying to reach that big number of 100,000 subs. So I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. Then after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to that platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know if you think that a Superman film grossing $600 million worldwide or so after Warner Brothers canceled that of Man of Steel and Henry Cavill is good enough, or do you believe that it is a failure from the start? And always remember, laissez la bon temps rouler. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.